Hey geeks, Akshay Bhaskar this side. Welcome to another session of interview preparation strategies at Fico. So today we are inviting a guest whose name is Rishabh Purwar, and he did his MCA at Lovely Professional University and is currently placed as a software engineer intern at Fico. So it's my pleasure to invite him. But before moving on to actually inviting him to the stream, I want to say some hi and hellos to people who are live. I know just two people are live, but still their highs also matter, so please keep engaging with me. I read all the comments and also try to give shout outs. So now 7 people are live, 11 people are live. So guys, hi, hello, please. Looking at the comments. Okay. Yeah. Hi Abhijit, hi Vivek. How are you guys, man? Thanks for joining. All right. Okay, so let me invite Rishabh to the stream, and I'll ask some questions to him, and then we'll pick few questions from the comment section as well. Let's start, guys. Hi Rishabh, how are you?
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good, Rishabh. Thank you. So
First of
Rishabh,
all,
welcome,
thank you.
welcome to the. Oh, okay.
Thank you,
My
Akshay. And
pleasure.
first of all, thank you for inviting me on
My
Geeks.
pleasure, man. My
Yeah,
pleasure.
you were asking something.
Uh, yes. So some people are live, 16 people are live. They'll come as we go ahead, but it doesn't matter. Even if one person is seeing us, we should try to give our best, whatever we could. So this is all about that. So
Right.
Rishabh, today you are here to share your interview experience at FICO, right? So before I ask you some questions, why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Yeah. So, hello, everyone. I'm Rishabh, 21-year-old from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. I have completed my graduation from Kanpur University in computer applications, and right now I'm finally a student at Lovely Professional University, and I'm doing a master in computer applications. And I got placed in FICO as a software engineer intern, and I will be joining them as a full-time employee in June 2020. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Rishabh, that's great, man. So how did you get to know about the FICO opening? Was it on campus or off campus?
It was on campus, and thanks to the placement style of LPU and Sarabjit sir, especially the placement coordinator, and they are working so hard. And if they have a portal actually, so if you are matching the criteria and eligibility criteria of company, so you will be registered automatically by the college, and then you can deregister or register automatically by yourself.
That's
So
great.
it was basically on
Definitely
campus.
having a good college. So having a decent college is really facilitates your job finding process. Really, it gives you opportunities on campus. So it's a really good thing. I feel if you can aspire to get in a good college, that's a big plus.
Yeah,
Anyways,
absolutely.
okay, yeah. So Rishabh, why don't you give a brief introduction about FICO? What it does, and what are the areas and what you'll be working on, something related to that.
Okay, so at FICO we are what's number one analytics platform, and we have two products. Like one is software, and the second one is FICO Score. So talking about the software part, we use AI, machine learning, and data analyst to to make a better customer interaction with the companies. And the second thing is we have a FICO Score, which is widely used by the European countries, and it's like we have a civil credit score, and in the US they have a FICO Score. So it defines that a value of a person, if he's worthy or not to give a loan or something like that.
Okay, all right, all right. So you are working in which will be working in which area? Any idea about the project you'll be working in? Something.
Yeah, right now I'm in internship and my training is going on.
Okay,
So it is not so much clear right now, but yeah, we are changing our architecture from monolith to microservices. So I will be the part of that team and changing the
okay.
architecture and microservices.
All right, Rishabh. All the best to you, man. I'm sure you'll learn a lot. But working in a good team, which has a big vision, you definitely can
Yeah.
learn a lot from. Yeah. Okay. Great. Awesome. So, how many rounds were there in the interview?
There was 4 rounds in total,
4 rounds.
and the first
Okay.
one is
Can we
yeah,
one by one talk about each round, right?
yeah, absolutely. So the first one was like a coding come examination round. So there was 20 question in total, and 2 question was the coding. And in the 18 question, there was 5 from basically from programming, and the remaining 13 questions from like aptitude and logical abilities question. So, but the level of the question was not easy at all. So like they are very lengthy statement, and you have to do a lot of calculation. And you have to know a good short tricks to solve that problems at all. And like, and in the coding parts, like they have the collection and collection, yeah, basically from Java. So they have collections problem like linked list and array and the hash set questions, only that. And in the two code, there was 2 questions in the coding round. So the first one was array packing. So I have been giving an array of 4 digits, and I have to like take 8 digits of each number and have to put in a different number, and then I have to print the value of that number. And the second question was like a packet transmission problem. Like you are sending a packet, and then the worst source is receiving the packet, and you have to find out if there is a any missing package, and if there is a many if there any package is missing, so you have to find the longest contiguous received packets. So that was it.
Okay. 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 Let's proceed.
Okay, and the second round was a technical interview, and so I have some notes to share. Like I don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah. Please do that. Yeah. That would be great, man. Like
Okay,
that is so
so
kind of you.
so like in so it started with my introduction generally, and he asked my, about my introduction, and I was giving my introduction, and I came to my project part, and he stopped me there. And people used to make that very large project about the new technologies. But if you have a small project, but you have a good detail on that, it is very useful for that. Like I have a hostel management system. What I used proper data structure in that, searching algorithms, sorting algorithms, and store the data in a very good manner, proper GUI, and I made it on C++, not on Java or any Python language. So he stopped me on that part and asked me about the database part, and he asked me about the problem I faced and how I worked at a team, and what was my role, and if I came to any problem, that how I solved that problem, and if there was any dispute or not. And then he give me real life scenarios, like okay, for example, I'm working in this company, and there is a this data set, and there is one other data set, and we have 2 more tables, that how we gonna merge that, which will be the foreign key, which will be the primary key. So so he asked me a lot of details about my project. So he was like checking if I really made that project, or I'm just copied that.
Hmm.
So and FICO basically focused on Java. And for God's sake, I have only one project in Java by that time, because I was mainly focusing on C++ and competitive programming. So just out of frustration, I had one project which was a calculator, simply calculator program. So he asked me about that calculator actually, and he was just trying to know that how like my attitude, if I'm learning, if I have learning attitude or not. So I think that was his main focus. And then he moved forward, and he asked me, just generally asked me, rate yourself from 0 to 10, like how much you are good in Java. So I
Hmm.
just rated myself 5 to 6. And then he started asking me the questions. The first question he asked me about the polymorphism, and then he started going deep and deep. So like he asked me what is runtime polymorphism, and what is compile time. So
Hmm.
I told them what is runtime and what is compile time. So he asked me how you actually achieved that runtime polymorphism actually. So I think that mostly people missed. Like they know, okay, function overriding is runtime compile, okay, but how you are actually achieving that? Like you are having the like encapsulation, you are having abstraction. So like how you are actually achieving the abstraction using abstract class? Like what is the
Hmm.
what is the technical side of that part, not only theory. And then actually he moved to exception part. He asked me to write a program of inheritance. And then he start adding some things that okay, the parent class having exception, and then what will happen in the child class, how will manage, and what is the return type, we change the return type of a function in the base class, what is if we change the modifier, ss modifier. So these were all question. And then he moved forward to database data structure. And then he asked about my linked list, array, and the tree, and bfs, dfs. and then he asked me to code a program for a linked list. So like I have to find a loop in the linked list, and if there is a loop, and then you have to fix it. So I went to. So the most important thing while you are solving a problem, just don't sit idle. Like okay, I'm thinking, and you are just keep quiet and thinking. Just be interactive with him, and just feel like you are in team. So like you can say that okay, I'm doing this, I'm right, I'm a right or wrong. So he can give you a little bit of hint that you can proceed with that. So when he told you that okay, this is the right approach, and then you have to start the coding round actually. That just don't start coding anything and correcting and over repeating the things and like all the things. So first of all, go for a dry run in your mind and then start writing the code. And then he asked me about trees, and he asked me about write a program about trees. It was like I have to I have to print odd labels of a tree in a specific manner. I don't remember that question so much, but yeah, that was the thing only. And then after that, there was a HR round,
Mm.
and there was a HR round. He simply asked me about my family, that why do I need that job, and why do I want to join FICO. So there was some basic question, and he asked my mother, my parents, the earning sources, like just HR things. They just try to find out like how capable you are and to working, and you did just try to find out that you are really asset for them or not. So yeah, you have to come up with the answer that. And then there was one more HR round. So he just asked me about what do you know about FICO, and then we discussed about our salary, and then my role, and then what we are doing at FICO, what they are doing at that time FICO, and what I have to do at FICO, and my profile, and just that's the simple things. It was only 5 minute round only, and then before that, my technical round was for only 25 minutes, but it extended for 1.5 hour. Like they gave me a time slot for 20 minutes only, and then HR round was like 15 minutes, and then the last HR round was only for 5 minutes or 7 minutes, and that's all my rounds.
Okay, okay, great, man. Thank you so much, Rishabh, for explaining that so elaborately and in a crisp way. Thank you, first of all. And my next question to you is about strategy. Okay, so this is what you executed, but how you did it, it's very important, right? That's where all the difference is, right? So my next question to you is, when should one start preparing for their interviews? Share your strategic plan. This is like a very sub category of it when one should start, but I think strategy involves many more things, right? So please
Yeah.
feel free to share your views on this.
So like I have seen so many people following different YouTubers for their plans. Like it's like so you don't have to follow anyone for your specific goals. You,
Mhm.
like conditions differ for everyone. Like they have resources, you don't have
Set
resources.
your own.
They
You
have
need to set your
different time.
own. You need to set your own. You need to
I'm sorry.
figure out it for yourself, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely, absolutely.
Then Rishabh, let's talk about how to get in the mindset of figuring out for yourself. Maybe we can talk about that, right? Maybe you can, learning mindset. You should have a learning mindset. I think mindset is the key here, rather than we tell them do this, do that. I think that is not the right way, right? Do you feel?
Right, absolutely right. Like the confidence is the key. Like mostly people know a lot of things, but they cannot explain the things in a very good manner. So I think that the experience you and the confidence you get from solving the problems, the coding problems, you have to learn. You if you have a few friends, you can just go for a mock interview, mock drives, and there's a platform called Interview
Very
Bits.
good.
Like so you can go there and you can have a mock interviews, you can prepare for that. And the best thing I know about, like you must have a good teacher with you. Like you must have a mentor. If you have a mentor, it's good. Or if you have a teacher like who can just guide you, okay, do this, do that. And if in case if you don't have that, mostly people don't have, and I also don't have a mentor with myself. So like you just have to start coding. Okay, so like start coding and start reading books related to that data structure and system design and networking, operating system. That all you have been through in your semesters. Just start brushing up the things that you have learned before. And I think, and the most important thing that you have to make a mindset of learning the things. Like you just cannot
Mhm.
go for like okay, now I'm going to solve 50 problem a day, and the next day you are sitting idle. Okay, so you have to think that
Consistency.
attitude. Yeah, consistent is the key. So like if you are solving one problem a day, it's good. Instead of solving 30 problem in a day and then sitting 29 days of the month like idle. So I think that's the most important thing. And I also some point like you know like Geek4Geeks has a very wonderful course about the DSA, and they also have a
Yeah,
platform for
actually,
practice.
it's a very good course. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's good.
really good, and I personally went to that, and I know it is really good. And they have a lot of problem to solve, and you can just read anything, any article, any problem. All is here in Geek4Geeks. Like I remember doing my assignments from Geek4Geeks a lot of times, and even before my interview, I was reading the archives from different companies, and going through the Java, like what is this and what is that, searching on Geek4Geeks. So yeah, it really helps me and keep active. And if you have a news feed, so select IT and technology related to you, and just don't rush for the things that people are doing. Like if you are doing one thing, just keep on it. Like okay, that guy is doing machine learning, I am going to do machine learning. Okay, that guy earning money on freelancing using website, or I am going to this. So just leave that thing, be focused on one thing actually. Like okay, I am going to this company and this, and make sure if you are preparing for product based company or service based company, because they both have different scenario while taking interviews to you. So
Okay.
like
Also, as you said that consistency is the key. I think that consistency builds a particular mindset, right? And that
yeah,
mindset is
actually
to solve problems, to be curious
absolutely.
about solving more problems and gaining confidence. So I would say that even right now we are discussing the chat. Like the geese already watching us, the people watching us, they already know that we'll go through the question answer session. So I feel that they should put in their question like, what can we ask, right? Whatever that curiosity in asking questions, challenging those, and that thing to solve more. I think that mindset needs to be generated before you jump into the interview thing,
And
right?
one more thing like don't go for too many questions, right? Read the algorithms, understand the algorithms, and then move forward. Because when you saw a question, that you have to think about it, like which algorithm I have to apply in that. So if you have the basic knowledge of algorithm in a good manner, if you understand the algorithm in a very good manner, so you can add that algorithm in that program, and you can solve it in a very good manner. Otherwise you will be wondering that okay, I have to solve in that way, I have to solve in that way. And while you are going for an interview, so just don't think about the best solution that you can give to the interviewer. Start with the brute force, greedy algorithm, greedy, you know, and then optimize your solution at the level that whereas you can. It is not important that you have to give only like more optimized solution like that. Okay, if you are doing like 50%, then it's good for the company. What they're looking for, that your mindset, if you can learn the things or not. So like mostly people have negative attitude in an interview, like I know this, I know that, I know this. So just be in a limit, like okay, I know this, only know this. Don't show yourself as a leader or something like that, and that's it.
All right. So my next question to you, Rishabh, is what to keep in mind while opting for internships and project ideas.
Okay, so for the internship, I would say that don't go for the like salary what you are getting. Okay, I have seen people getting 30,000 or 40,000 rupees, but their job is to write document. Like so, if you are going in a documentation part in the company, that is not good for you at a very good level, because you are while you are writing documentation, you are just typing the things. Okay, someone is coding, you got the things, and you are just explaining the functions and the methods that you are calling, and you can say that the functions you have in your program, you're just writing it in the documentation, and you are telling the people who are non-programmers that okay, you have to do this to do that, and do this to do that. So if you are really want to do code, so don't go for the salary. If you are getting a like in internship, if you are getting 10,000, 8,000, but you are going in a programming field, like you are getting a chance to code there. So I think you have to opt for that. Like I have my friends who are getting a very good salary as an intern, but they are not doing what they wanted to do. So if you are not doing your dream job, it's I think you are not you cannot satisfy yourself and your heart. So I think keep in mind that what was your dream and what you was preparing for actually. And if you are getting that opportunity, go for that. Don't look for the salary. And I saw mostly people like preparing for Google, Microsoft internship, and it's okay. It's good. It's really good to go with the high tech companies. But yeah, if you are getting a internship or offer from a small company, like it's good to start your career, because in IT field your starting doesn't matter. So the thing matter, you are in the industry and you are learning the things. If you can learn the things in the next 2 to 3 years, then you will be a very good position in the internship at the company. And the second thing, the project part, like make sure that whatever you are making, it's unique and has a kind of corporate standard. Like you are using the things, like for myself I made only 2 to 3 projects, but I have helped like 40 to 50 people making their projects. Like I don't have any project in Java, but I helped my friends making project using SQL, connecting JDBC, connecting database in the Java programs, like working on Spring, working on Hibernates. So like so I personally don't have a project, but I go for the troubleshooting part mostly, and make sure that you are not like we said a horse race, like everyone doing this, I'm going to do this. And just don't stick on one thing. Like, okay, this person is doing Python programming, and he is making a face detection program, or something like that. I have to make this. These programs are like normal. You can go to GitHub and you just can copy paste and copy the code and paste it, and then you run it. So, and the interviewer knows each and everything. Like, man, he is going to take 100 people's interview every joining session. So just don't try to play with him like I did that, I do that. Make a project and be confident about that, and be sure that the project you are making is unique and having some good qualities, and you are trying really new things, and and you are applying your learning actually into it, and you are working as a team. So that was required in the company.
Okay. So Rishabh, as far as questions are concerned, that said, I saw the question like comments when I was sorry seeing the questions. So I went through a question. Let's talk about this. Like today, I'll pick up this question only because we have already crossed the line. Interview preparation we'll limit to 20 to 25 minutes only, because otherwise it I mean it should be crisp, like actionable tips, right? So it makes sense more. Anyway, so let's talk about this question. Can students from electronic and communication engineering apply for FICO and other software companies?
Yeah, absolutely they can. Like see, in software companies, they know for technical skills. So if you are having mindset and some coding skills, you can really just learn about the coding and the algorithm, data structure, and you can literally apply for them. Or the rest, you can think you can go for a data analyst. You can opt any course from IBM data analyst or Google data analyst, and apart from that, you can learn AI, machine learning, and Python. So yeah, we have all the posts, and you can apply for that actually. And if
Okay.
you
One
if you
more
have any
question.
problem, like you can, yeah,
Okay, please,
you can
please, please,
connect me on
sorry.
LinkedIn, and
Yeah, yeah.
you can send me your resume. I can give you referrals as well.
Yeah. So, Rishabh's LinkedIn profile is in YouTube description and Facebook caption. Feel free to connect with him and ask questions, and he can mentor you definitely. One more question, Rishabh. Aditya is asking, which online platform did FICO use for conducting online interview? Maybe he wants to, get some idea about that. Or
Yeah, absolutely. So this time it was a code signal. So it is not like they are not sitting on only one platform. They are like changing what they are getting, and they are trying to give the best user, you can say, like experience to the people who are coding for their rounds. So they are like frequently changing the platform. So I cannot say anyone. Like FICO came to our campus 2 times. First was in January, and second was in May. So in the January there was a different platform, and for my drive they have a code signal. That's it.
okay. All right, Rishabh. Thank you so much, man, for taking your time out for this session. And you very well explained your strategy and also took up two questions. And Surya says thank you to you. So thanks for answering this question.
I think I
Uh,
want to answer one more question from Suraj.
which
Can I go?
one? Which one? Yes, yes, please, please.
Suraj said, should I learn? Okay. So
Okay.
Suraj said, should I learn PHP for backend, or I go for any other language because people are saying that PHP is outdated? Yeah, absolutely, man. PHP. You are, if you are going for a web technologies, then PHP is good. But you have, you are having more new technologies to work on. So like move on the things and get to know what is the requirement of the market. Like you saw companies, people posting about the jobs. So go for the eligibility criteria and see what they're asking for and start learning from them. So I think that can help you a lot. That's it.
All right. All right. Thank you, Rishabh, for joining us. And more questions, we will send you the LinkedIn request for sure. And please take
Thank
care,
you.
stay
Thank you,
safe.
sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, sir,
All
very
right,
much.
man.
And
Yeah.
thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, guys. I hope you got some insights. So, Geeko Olympics is going on. Please check it out, guys. And stay safe. Get vaccinated. Take care. Akshabas at the side. Coming up with more interesting sessions. Bye bye.